Hi friends, my name is John Baxter. I work with Adventist Frontier Missions, and our family served in India for just about 10 years. And I want to tell you a story. We lived in a town called Mirzapur. It's a little town in the state of Uttar Pradesh. It's the most populous state in the world. This state has 210 million people. It's the fifth largest country in the world. Anyway, we're studying the Bible with the mayor of the town's wife. She's on her way over to our house, and the sun is just setting. I got my flashlight out. She's walking across the veranda, and she screams! And I shine the flashlight down, and there's these two little eyes frozen in this flashlight beam, and there's a snake. So I yelled to my wife, "Honey, bring me something to kill a snake with." Keep the flashlight on the snake. And she brings me the shovel. She takes the flashlight. Boom, I cut the snake's head off. And then we shine it on the lady's foot, and there are 2 fang marks in her toe. And so we need to put something on there. So she ground up some charcoal, mixed it with water, slapped it on her toe. We wrapped it up. I popped her on the back of my bicycle, which is the only vehicle I had at the time. Then we stuck her in a rickshaw, pedaled over to the hospital. She's there. Everybody's here. The mayor's wife got bit by a snake. Pretty soon there's like 500 people crowding into the emergency room. I got to get out of here. And so I went back to my room to pray. Was there for probably about an hour, and then knocking on the door, "Hey, they need the snake over at the hospital." So I go grab the snake out of the garbage. He's kind of doing one of these things still, no head. I put him in my bag, put my Bible in there, go over to the hospital. They look at the snake, and they said, if you're alive in the morning, you'll be fine. This was actually a crate viper. It's one of the most deadly snakes in the world. So by this time, most of the crowd has gone home, and I stayed to have our Bible study and pray with the mayor's wife. Mayor's there and their 3 children. And so we had the Bible study on the theme of the great controversy, the battle between Christ and Satan, which she is actually living out now. And then I said, would you like, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but in the Bible it talks about anointing people and praying for them, people who are sick. Would you like me to do that? And so we did. We prayed at a time for really searching a heart, asking God to forgive and cleanse them. And then I anointed her, prayed for her that God would raise her up. And I went back to my room that night, off and on, praying throughout the night. And then I came back to the hospital in the morning. There she was in bed. And she opened her eyes and she looked at me and she sat up in bed and she said, "My God, save me! Jesus, save me!" And indeed, Christ had saved her. She was still alive. Later that morning, she got out of the hospital. And I went back to my room, my house, with my wife, telling her how Jesus Christ had saved this woman from the dead. And again, boom, 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 knocking on the door. I get another person come. It's the servant of the mayor. The mayor wants to see the snake. Well, I get the snake. Now it's in the garbage dump. I pull it out. He's not moving anymore. He's frozen. Rigor mortis is set in. I give him to the guy. I said, "What's the deal?" He said, "Well, the mayor has called a Hindu snake charmer, and he wants to make sure that this is really a poisonous snake." So the Hindu snake charmer looked at the snake and he said, "This snake did not bite your wife, because if this snake had bitten your wife, she would be dead. No one lives when this snake bites somebody." And later on, the mayor found me a couple weeks later. He said, "I am free because of you." And I said, "No, your wife is alive and you are free because Jesus Christ." And on that day, the mayor stopped drinking and stopped smoking, and he had been an alcoholic for 22 years. But he knew the freedom of Jesus Christ. He was set free just as his wife was. Hope you are too.